Before you start tossing random coats and summer shorts into your suitcase for Alaska, we need to talk about what the weather forecast is not telling you. You can have a sunny 70-degree warm morning, but by the afternoon excursion, it's 40 degrees with mist or maybe some sleet. The biggest problem for visitors to Alaska in the summer is they are worried about packing the wrong things, and then they could be cruising for a bruising. In this video, I have the ultimate checklist, the exact outerwear strategy to keep you dry, and I'm not just going to tell you a bunch of clothes to buy, okay? It is a system that we can make work for you. You'll see the only shoes you actually need and some tiny cabin hacks that could make a massive difference. Before your Alaska cruise, do these two things. Number one, check the weather forecast for each port that you're going to be stopping at. Tip number two, for 24 years, I've packed in only carry-on luggage, but I broke the rules. And here's what I did. I checked a small carry-on suitcase that can actually expand 2 inches. It makes a world of difference. That's going to reduce the stress you have getting to the ship and having to lug large suitcases up the really tall, like rental car, bus steps and getting off of a train, or being hunched over with all these large suitcases as you're trying to get in the ship. Let's start at the foundation of your suitcase with category number one, your layering strategy with base layers. When it comes to packing for Alaska, the secret to staying comfortable is all about your layering strategy. We are building an outfit from the skin out so that if you get warm or when you get warm, you can shed layers or add them easily. It all starts with moisture wicking base layers. If it's below 50 degrees, I would pack one pair of leggings, one long base layer t-shirt that you can wear. That's if your excursion is cold. If you're actually looking for a thermal type bottoms and tops, you can find them anywhere, but I highly recommend the ones that I go skiing with in Colorado. And there are hot chilies. They're expensive, but worth it. And they're super lightweight, but they are immensely important in retaining your body temperature, like keeping you warm if it gets that cold. For short sleeves, trust me, as a base layer, I recommend merino wool. I don't know why they call it that. I wish they would have asked a woman, what should we call this? They do not make you hot. Merino wool's superpower is being quick drying, wicking away moisture, regulating your body temperature, and it does not absorb odors. I love Quince's merino wool, and it is affordable. And this Unbound merino has very high quality reviews if you want to invest in that for your trip. Now let's talk about t-shirts and tops that you'll wear on top of those layers or just around the deck of the ship. You'll want a mix of short sleeves and long sleeve tees. I want a shirt that does not cling that I can wear. These from Quince are absolutely fantastic. They're cotton modal. They do not sit against your stomach. They are A-line almost. And the solid colored ones are elevated enough for a nicer restaurant outfit under a cardigan or with athletic pants. I wore the navy blue one with some gold necklaces when I got to speak with YouTube executives a couple of weeks ago in San Fran. Talbot's also makes beautiful Pima cotton t-shirts. I have so many of them, but they also come in the long sleeve version. I wore the black one for my river cruise where it was like 50 degrees and rainy for 9 days straight almost. Now that we have our base layers set, let's move on to the outerwear that's going to shield you from the elements. My travel heroic strategy is to pack a cashmere sweater or a fleece zip-up jacket. They are both effective in keeping you warm without adding bulk to your luggage or your outfits because they totally retain your body temperature. But you can take them off because you have that lower base layer or shirt. These cashmere sweaters saved me on my river cruise where it was 50 degrees and blowing, pouring rain. But I wish I had worn one other thing that I'll tell you in a minute. but look how thin that is. And they can look dressy for an elevated look. I wear them in the airplane as my top layer because they cut your cold so fast. And that's just if you need a little dressier sweater. A fleece jacket is just as good. This one's large from REI and it runs very big. You're not going to have thick layers under you, remember? Quince cashmere sweaters I have. They are much more affordable, but the itchiness is inconsistent. Like my green one is soft and smooth, not itchy at all. I can wear it by itself, but I bought the teak color in the same type and it's completely itchy. But remember, if you're using it as a top layer in a cold environment, you're going to have a shirt on underneath. I do want to show you this new fleece that is full zip and the inside lining is just a brushed fleece that is such high quality. The trimming around the wrists is not bulky. It's just a very finished, polished look. The materials they use do not add bulk. And there are these pockets that do not zip at the top. You could stick your gloves or your hat in these pockets. It retains your body temperature, but you can unzip it easily in a tight airplane seat or your bus ride while you're on an excursion in Alaska. The biggest question travelers have about Alaska in July is, do I really need to pack a massive winter coat if it's going to be cold? And the short answer is no. If you have the right layers underneath, you do not need a massive one. I would have a water repellent one. This is mine that I've shown you before. It's got the backpack straps. I wore it in Switzerland in December because it's also water resistant and it's a little longer, but that's a large puffy coat, but it is totally packable in like this size. Here's one from Quince, which I highly recommend. Its bag is also attached that you can stuff it into. And both jackets are very good for really cold temperatures. They each have their own bag that is attached for packing it down. There are two raincoats to show you. And one, I do not travel with both raincoats, but one is fleece lined. And I have the mid-weight one, but this one is very high quality. The large still has room for layers underneath. The hood can cinch and it's fleece lined. And it's waterproof and windproof. And for 2026, it is budget friendly. The second option is my classic yellow one that is thinner and budget friendly, but it is not waxy or crunchy. The hood cinches. You can remove the hood. The wrists taper somewhat. You can cinch in the waist. And that is what I wore on top of my cashmere sweater and shirt when it was 50 degrees and blowing, pouring rain, because I did not take a large jacket on that trip. A lot of people like to travel with a puffer vest. To me, it's inefficient because you're taking up this added space and you're still having to add layers. When I get warm, I cannot tie a vest around my waist, but it is an option and my viewers love this. This is the same brand of company that makes the fleece lined rain jacket that I mentioned. It has hidden pockets inside. If you are wanting to get more things in your airplane seat, if you have a strict airline, if you're transferring via bus and you just want to keep your valuables in one space or you don't want to have to reach into your personal item bag. One travel hack about visiting Alaska in the summer is to wear whatever jacket you have around your waist into the airplane and then stuff it into a trash bag that you've put in the pocket of that jacket, or then stuff it into its packable little pouch part. And then you can use your feet and kick it wherever you want it to go, or you can put it behind your back as lumbar support. I wish I would have worn on my river cruise where it was 50 degrees and blowing rain, these water repellent hiking pants that come in 3 lengths. I had the navy blue up in Wisconsin, the gray, these black version, whatever color scheme you're going with. These over leggings that you've packed for just hanging out, that will help keep you warm and dry. The elastic waistband is so soft and stretches so easily. You can cinch the bottom of the leg parts, and there are plenty of pockets without adding bulk. And my favorite part is when your legs do rub together, they're not loud, swishy pants. And one travel tip is I have worn those type of pants on many long haul flights. By the way, if you are flying a very long flight to get to Alaska, do not miss my all-nighter video that will give you some tips and tricks for when you land. I like wearing my Dr. Scholl's compression socks. They look like business socks. You can find them at Walmart. I'll have it linked right here in the bottom left corner if I can find them. But that way I have on those pants and you don't really see these awful, ugly compression socks. Now let's talk about footwear, because this is an area where it's incredibly easy to overpack. You might think that you need heavy, clunky hiking boots for Alaska, but unless you're really doing serious backcountry mountain climbing, you absolutely do not. You just need a few smart, versatile pairs. First, you need one pair of waterproof shoes. I highly recommend a solid waterproof sneaker that is also a hiking shoe, like my newest hybrid tennis shoe. This is a sneaker that you can exercise and walk around the top deck of the cruise ship, as well as walk along hiking trails. You can walk on solidly because of that rugged sole. They have the arch support, but then right above the arch support, like forward above the arch support, is this little pillow of cushion as well. And then it really hugs you in around your foot. These are fantastic for rainy days, when you're exploring a local village, or when you're just walking around a damp ship deck. By the way, you can switch out the laces to the white version, but I just love these pink ones. Oh, and I have to show you right now. If you like Hoka's, these may be your newest favorite ones for Alaska. I am returning them because that sole is like the length of my thumb, and that is not a stable footing for me. I feel like my ankle will roll, okay? The Olukai that I just showed you, that it comes up so high on your ankle, which really protects your ankle from rolling with uneven pavement or gravel. But these are waterproof and they're tennis shoes. Look at that sole. Merrill or Keen is another good brand for hiking type sneakers. They give you the rugged sole, but the support all around for walking on slick pavement or gravel trails in Alaska. If you do not see it pop up, I will have it below this video in the more paragraph. If it's going to be warm, or if you want to give your feet time to air out in the ship, I would pack these Teva sandals. They are supportive. Your foot will not slip because of that rugged sole, and they will give you support if you've been walking with like not comfortable hiking boots or shoes around Alaska all day. And they can get wet if you're kayaking. One idea is to wear merino wool socks or wool socks depending on the temperatures, but these darn tough ones are so darn cute with your little tennis shoes. They do not make you hot, but they are very quick drying if you do get mist from a waterfall or rain shower down there by your ankle. Now let's talk about your onboard shoes while relaxing and for other needs. You'll want an easy pair of slip-ons that you can run down to get coffee in the morning, or just relaxing at night and cocktail hour or watching a show. I think these ballet flats look really good with a cropped pant, long pants, but if you need it. And do not forget pool shoes, okay? These reef ones have so much cushion to them, but support, like your foot doesn't go through the cushioning, okay? And it's got a very strong Velcro for the back of it. If you're gonna go to the hot tub, we'll talk about that in a minute. One thing to note is if your foot is wet, in this shoe, they don't slide around like some flip-flops that when they get wet, your foot slides inside the shoe. The reef ones you're solid. Now that we have the outdoor gear covered, let's talk about your dining outfits, because a lot of women are worried about what to wear at night. And the secret is to just keep it simple and just elevate with what you already have. I will list 2 of my outfits that I wore on my cruise. You can put a little cardigan over it if it is cool. I think they're both sleeveless. Or just toss on your easy dress that you want to wear. Since it is Alaska, this is a summery top that you can layer a tank top underneath because it is see-through. But It's an easy way to wear a summer looking top, but feel dressed up enough and still be totally casual. You do not have to tuck this in. And here's a little trick for you ladies. These are clearly athletic pants, but if you have the navy blue color or the black color, whichever color tone is yours, you can wear a top like that white one I showed you, a cashmere sweater. If you have the blue or the black, that will easily look like a dressy work outfit to match the cruise ship's smart casual dress code that some ships have, or find out if they're going to have a white night. These are easy to pack. But remember, everybody's hiking and doing outdoorsy things, so it's like Colorado. You're not going to need to be really dressy unless you want to. I'm not saying to wear this dress for an Alaskan cruise because it's like Italy, but this is just an example of sweaters that I would pack for your layering pieces, because look at how thin they are, but they are super effective in keeping you warm. They cut the cold. I wear them in the airplane. They cut the cold really fast because they're cashmere and cotton. So they feel like silk almost. They're so flattering and they sit at your waist. They do not cling. I love wearing the V-neck one over one of my Quince t-shirts in the airplane because a little bit of the t-shirt sticks out. It's really cute. Another idea is to wear an oversized scarf that is a wrap. This is a cashmere wrap. I tied it around a grubby gray t-shirt for a girls' night one night, and it looks so chic. And this is an idea for hanging out, because in a cruise ship, you're going to have hanging out time. And this has a little slit at the ankle, but I don't know if you can notice, you see this seam down the front? I think it elevates this outfit look from being a hanging out outfit to a pulled together look. You untuck the shirt. See how it goes straight across? I'll also put the sizes that I wear in the more paragraph underneath this video for you, but a large in here is fine. And this is a medium. I'm 5'8", size 10, and that's the medium, but the top is large. Here's a tiny travel essential that I actually have figured out that I needed after 2 European river cruises, and that is a little clutch or crossbody bag, even a black fanny pack that you can take to cocktail hour or to dinner, that will hold your reading glasses case and your phones, because you don't want to be looking at your phone if you just put it on the table or beside you. Put the phone away in that bag, lipstick, whatever you need. Just a little something, something. Now let's focus on the specific gear you need to pack in your crossbody bag or backpack so you do not miss a minute of the views or the wildlife. First up, I would pack a pair of these tiny binoculars, but some river cruises are they're providing you with binoculars, so just make sure your cruise ship doesn't give that to you. These are from Amazon, affordable. They've got a little neck tie and they work great. To carry your gear when you're going into a port or on an excursion, I recommend a crossbody bag that has room for a bottle of water. That way you don't have to unzip your bag every time you need to get to your water bottle. Or you could wear one of those slings that's just for a bottle of water and pack one of these things. It's a waterproof, but my tip is to wear it like a crossbody bag. And you actually have to unroll it and unzip it. Like, it is really waterproof, but I'm not saying you're going to submerge it or immerse it underwater. But if it is pouring rain on the outside of your jacket, it's just an easy, safe bet thing to put your reading glasses or sunglasses case and your phone in there, and some tissue. But you can totally cinch it up and wear it as a fanny pack as well. I think the 2-pack is more affordable than just a one and done. I wanted to show you this because I bought this, but I am returning it. It is 10 liters, okay? And I thought, oh, 10 liters is going to be small. And it is completely waterproof, and it comes with a strap if you want to wear it like a sling around your back or the front, or if your husband does. Here's where you attach the sling, and it comes with a waterproof phone case. I don't know if you really need that. It takes you so long to get your phone out of a waterproof phone case. I would probably just stick it down in your coat pocket. But I don't think you need a 10-liter. They have a 5-liter version, I believe. If you want that, if you're carrying a camera that's really nice and big, then yes, get the waterproof bag. This is my favorite umbrella because it is small but strong and mighty. It fits in the bottom of my purse when I've taken it to Europe several times. It goes in and out of stock on Amazon, and sometimes you can find them in the checkout aisle at my DSW, but make sure you get the small one. Finally, I found the cutest ponchos. They come in so many different colors. Look at that. You get 7 of them in the pack, and it's easy to open them. You can open them without scissors, okay? It really is a light purple disposable poncho. Easy to fit them in a purse or your coat pocket. This safety tip is specifically for Alaska to protect your eyes. Pack polarized sunglasses. Invest in quality polarized sunglasses. The glare reflecting off the water as well as the glacier ice is blinding. So polarized lenses are a must so that you can really see the blue tones in glaciers. I hope it's sunny when you're seeing that. For being outside on the deck of a ship, I would pack a winter hat. I don't think you really need to take gloves, but it's easy enough to pack them because they're thin if you really are worried. But do whatever floats your boat. And here is a crucial insider tip. My brother lived in Anchorage, Alaska, and I got to visit him by standby the day after I got engaged. And Chris was on reserve, and he was the actual pilot flying us to Anchorage, Alaska. I just sat and looked at my diamond ring the whole entire flight. And whenever he would talk, I was like, oh, that's my future husband. It was so cool. He got to hang out with us for 24 hours before he had to fly back. But if you are going near any creeks or trails that are by the water, especially in Anchorage where it is warmer, pack a packable, roll-up, smushable hat that also has a net. You just drape the hole over the top of the hat once you put it on. So easy to wear. I mean, you can squish it up like that and it still will be fine. And it has the little strap in case you just want to wear the hat and it's windy on deck or on your excursion. Now let's step into your stateroom cabin of some things that I wish I had taken on my cruise and things that you'll need for a small room. First up, my number one trick is to pack a few hanging magnets with hooks. They are effective in hanging up wet coats, wet purses, wet gloves, or a sock hat that needs to dry out without taking up the limited amount of countertop space that you have. Okay, here is my major sleep hack. If you have followed Travel Tips by Laurie over the last 10 years, you know this already. Do not pack clips, a chip clip, or kind of laundry hooks to clip your curtains together. You're going to use the pant hanger from your cruise cabin's closet to keep those curtains closed because that midnight sun is really shining at midnight and 2 a.m. and beyond. You may also want to pack a mini pharmacy with Advil, Zyrtec, maybe Sudafed, but this is a way that one of our viewers has found to organize. These little pill pouches have the holes in them that are going to fit in your little notebook. But a travel hack is you can use them for jewelry as well. It's just like a little binder notebook that will easily smush and squish. Take copies of your prescriptions and email them to yourself or have copies on pieces of paper, have them in your phone just in case TSA needs to see the pills. They are not looking for pills that are going to cause harm to crew members or other passengers, okay? But states have certain rules about controlled substances. So if you are carrying controlled substances, especially if you're going through Canada, have that prescription and the original bottle with those pills. Since many of you may be staying in Vancouver where they have stricter size limits or stricter TSA officers, I recommend this type of slim liquids bag that I take when I travel to Europe. I would just take a slimmer bag. I would also pack waterproof bandages, and my advice is to take this shape. Those are the best ones. If you have any kind of blister from new shoes, which you shouldn't be wearing new shoes, but if you have any blisters, those are waterproof. Also, I recommend taking laundry sheets that you have torn in half or cut in half beforehand. These are the no smell ones by Arm & Hammer, but you're going to use those use half of one in a sink to wash several articles of clothing. Before I share the rest of the essential tips for Alaska, do not miss the free download. That is a checklist of the packing items I'm talking about. It's in the more paragraph underneath this video. We're down to our final category, and yes, we're going to talk about swimsuits and a swim cover-up. You can walk up to wherever the pool is and not really get in the water, but have that pool cover up. Mine, I'm 5'8", remember, and it's almost to my knees. It has the little ruching at the top where you can cinch it up for just a more feminine look. Very conservative and comfortable. I would not take a pool bag. I would just pack my pool essentials like glasses and things like that, my key card, in a gallon bag. I have to show you this newest swimsuit. It is a tankini set. You've got the skirt with shorts underneath, very flattering, high waist. And do not forget a little lanyard for your key card if that's how you're going to have to get into that room for that cruise ship. And do not forget your really good moisturizer, but this La Roche-Posay from Walmart, it should pop up right there, is my favorite sunscreen. It's not thick, it's not goopy, and it does not smell. 50 SPF. That's really going to help protect your skin from getting sunburned from the reflection or the glare off of those beautiful glaciers. How do we fit all of these travel essentials into a carry-on suitcase or a couple of suitcases? You can use compression cubes. My favorite when I have to pack a ton of clothes is with this vacuum bag by Exter. It's the bag and the 2-inch motor. It takes like not even 30 seconds to vacuum seal that compression cube. I mean, it is magical, like a military ration meal vacuum seal. Because your clothes do not shift that much from the compression, it really does not add that many more wrinkles than just folding or rolling them. If you are flying a long flight, I will have it right here in the top corner for you. If you found any of these tips helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button or the like button and leave us a comment and tell us where you're coming from to Alaska. Thanks for your time.